What I have here, everyone, is a large 4-person tent made by a Japanese outdoor company called Snow Peak. This is the Vault 4-person tent, and in this episode we are taking a look at it together. Just in case you're not familiar with this company, they make high-end outdoor and camping products. They make cook sets, clothing, stoves, and also tents. This company was founded in 1958 by a mountaineer, and from that point, Snow Peak began creating outdoor products by leveraging the region's rather infamous craftsmanship. I mentioned that this company has a reputation for making high-end products. With high-end products typically comes a high price. That's the confusing aspect when it comes to this company's tents, because oftentimes their prices are quite reasonable. But if you go looking at like a table or something like that, the prices are out of this world high. I've never spoken to anyone from this company before, but I would love to. I would love to understand why their tents are so reasonably priced, but while their other products are not. It's really quite interesting. Anyways, my friends, my name is Luke. This is the Outdoor Gear Review. Thank you very much for tuning in as we take a look at the Vault 4-person tent from Snow Peak. Everyone, let's do a component breakdown and let's see what this tent is all about. We're looking at the storage bag with this tent. We have 2 grab handles and we have 2 two-way zippers. Here we have the tent inner, we have the tent fly, we have the poles, and it looks like there's 3 sets along with a repair sleeve. Here we have the tent stakes and guy lines. I count 24 tent stakes and 12 guy lines. Here we have an instruction guide basically going over the setup process. I'm not sure how well it comes through on the camera, but this tent is gigantic. Luckily, the setup process is very much straightforward. We have 3 sleeves that go across the tent. The sleeve at the front is an orange. The next sleeve is a red. And the sleeve at the back is orange. When setting up this tent, remember that the red sleeve is at the front of the tent. That way you can set up the tent with the orientation that you want. As you all can see, the tent has been set up. This is setup number 1. Basically, we have the fly set up, and on the inside, the inner has not been connected yet. You can use this tent this way, or you can add in the inner, which we will do in just a minute. Let's start off by looking at the features of the fly here. So, this has 3 doors. 1 here, 1 at the back, and 1 here at the side. Once you have the poles to the sleeves, you have clips that connect the pole to the fly itself. Again, we have 12 guy line placements. We have 1 vent here at the door. And you can see at the bottom of the tent, the fly pulls away from the inner to increase airflow. Something else that you can notice about the fly here, it does go down very low and close to the ground, which is what you want in a 4th season tent. It's not what you want in a summertime tent. Walking through the front door, as you can see, it is very large. The front door is the same size as the back. And lastly, everyone, there's 1 tiny pocket inside of the tent that's right next to the front door. We will go ahead and install the inner. Now everyone, the tent has been fully set up. We have the fly, we also have the inner. With the inner, it has two doors, one here at the front, another door at the back. Both of these doors are extremely large and they are covered in mesh. We also have a fabric panel behind them to hold in heat and to block airflow. With these doors, we have two-way zippers that are very smooth, as you can see. Walking to the inside here, everyone, this is gigantic. It is so big, I don't think I could capture the whole thing in the frame of the camera. My lens is not wide enough, and that's an extremely wide lens. As far as the width goes, usable width, we're looking at 97 inches. As far as height goes, it does taper down. The peak height is 59 inches, which is 4 feet 11 inches. And as far as length goes, 86 inches, which is 7 feet 2 inches. On the inside here, we do have a few mesh pockets, a bathtub floor, and we have 2 rings so that you can put up a clothesline. With the tent inner installed, let's go ahead and measure the livable space. 66 inches tall, which is 5 feet 6 inches. The tent is 97 inches wide, and you're looking at a length of around 68 inches, which is 5 feet 8 inches. Do keep in mind that the walls slope every which way. Lastly, everyone, as far as the maximum dimensions go for this tent, it is 209 inches long, 118 inches wide, and 59 inches high. And I tell you what, everyone, since we're going over some stats, let's just continue on with those. This shelter is available in 2 colors. This ivory color, which is a white cream color. There's also a tan version with red accents. Again, this is a 4-person tent. It features 3 doors on the fly, 2 on the inner. This is a tunnel tent. The storage size is 17.4 inches by 9.8 inches by 4.9 inches. When it comes to the materials, you're looking at a 75 denier polyester with a PU coating. The inner is a 68 denier polyester, and the floor is a 210 denier polyester Oxford with a PU coating. The waterproof rating for this tent is 1800 millimeters, and that's for the fly and the floor. The weight of this tent is 20.3 pounds on my scale, and the retail price of this shelter is $330, which is very impressive considering the size of this tent. Also, it should be mentioned that there is a ground sheet and entry pad kit available for this that costs an expensive $170. In my opinion, the tent is $330. How can a ground sheet and an entry pad be $170? That does not make any sense to me at all. When looking at pictures and also going over the information concerning this tent, something that really doesn't come across very well is how big this tent is. It is one thing to read the measurements on a screen, and it's something completely different to see this tent in person. This is the largest tunnel tent I have ever seen. The quality of this tent is very good, and it matches all of my experiences with Snow Peak so far. This is a company that makes high quality gear, so all of the stitch work, it looks great. The seam tape, it looks great. There's no issues as far as quality goes. This is a very well made tent. Now, talking about the materials, we have a polyester fly, polyester inner, polyester mesh. Those materials explain 2 things. 1, the storage size, and 2, the weight. If this was made from a nylon, it would be substantially lighter weight, but at the same time, it would be substantially more expensive. As far as the design goes for this tent, I like everything that I'm seeing here. The way that the inner clips on the inside is actually quite smart. Most of the time, when it comes to a detachable inner from a tunnel tent, it uses toggles. Those toggles are a serious pain to put in and also to take out. With the little hooks, that makes the entire process super simple, super easy. The tent does have plenty of doors, plenty of guy lines. The poles here are very thick. This is a tent that's designed for cold weather camping. Obviously, this is something that can handle some snow, some wind, and I think it can handle all of those conditions without no issues. And I base that assumption on this company. They do know what they're doing. As far as the setup process goes, this is very easy. If you have ever set up a tunnel tent before, you're not going to have any issues here. The sleeping area is gigantic. Seriously, everyone. There's so much space inside of that inner, it is unbelievable. As far as livable space goes, There's enough room here for 2 chairs and a small table. There's certainly not enough space here for 4 people to be comfortable. Yes, you can get 4 people to sleep comfortably in the inner, but there's not enough space here in the front for 4 people. And that's an oversight that Snow Peak has made. With all of that being said, I believe that's a good place to wrap up this episode. This is very much a preview of the Vault 4-person tent. With that being said, folks, I am done. Make sure to sound off in the comment section down below. Share your thoughts. What do you all think, first, about this company? Second, what do you all think about this tent? If you found this episode helpful, hit the thumbs up. Oh yeah. Folks, be good. Strength and honor. Bye for now.